JP here in Indianapolis. The roof is closed, and we are ready for a battle in the AFC between the Indianapolis Colts and the Buffalo Bills here in Week 7. Hard to believe it has been 10 months since these two teams got together in Buffalo last December for what was one of the craziest scenes we have seen in recent memory. LeSean McCoy, the late walk-off touchdown in overtime, a victory that would eventually propel the Bills into the postseason. As we welcome you to the NFL on CBS, Spiro Dedes alongside Adam Archuleta. Adam, it is not snowing in our booth like it was on that day.
No, and I know you love it indoors, but I kind of enjoyed that game.
It was fun. Let's dive into what we've seen from Indianapolis. Another loss last week, falling to the Jets at the Jersey Meadowlands. 1-5 start to the season, their worst start since 2011. And you look at that game against the Jets, really a symbol of what this season has been. Some good from Andrew Luck, some bad. This offense has struggled, missing some key pieces.
Another 300-yard passing game, 4 touchdowns. But what shows up are the 3 interceptions. And Andrew Luck did force some passes in that game against the Jets, but he also was let down by some of his wide receivers. Drops have led to interceptions and also that pick 6. The inconsistency from his playmakers is what Luck has been missing. Now, he gets back his biggest weapon. T.Y. Hilton, after missing 2 games with hamstring and chest injuries, is back in the lineup. They need stability and somebody that Luck can trust. T.Y. Hilton is that guy.
So Hilton's return is the good news. The bad news is that Jack Doyle, the start tight end for the Colts, is out for a 4th straight game with a hip injury. Speaking of injuries, it's a perfect segue into the kind of season it's been for Sean McDermott and the Buffalo Bills. Last week, losing his young rookie quarterback against the Houston Texans. It came on this play as Allen sandwiched between Jadeveon Clowney and Whitney Merciless. He tried to stay in the game, but the very next play, you could see him clutching at that right elbow. So Nathan Peterman would come on, and his disastrous run would continue. 2 late interceptions, including the pick 6 there to Jonathan Joseph. And so that means that Buffalo will have their 3rd different starting quarterback today this season, Derek Anderson, who's been with them all of 10 days.
The Bills have been held hostage by the quarterback position, and something they've had to manage the entire season. Derek Anderson still does not have the entire command of the playbook, but he's been around a long time, and he started 47 games. He knows what he's comfortable with, and he knows that he's going to get the ball out extremely quickly, and he doesn't have to do it all because Spiro, as we saw last week, the defense has downright taken over some games so far this season. 7 sacks, 3 turnovers last week against the Texans, 19 sacks on the season, and the secondary, led by Tre'Davious White and Jordan Poyer, are starting to get their hands on the ball. The defensive front is outstanding, and of course, number 55, Jerry Hughes, is the big reason why.
The one-time Indianapolis Colt back in India. Now do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot.
2 weeks ago, the Bills made a smart decision by getting LeSean McCoy involved in the offense much more frequently, and he has to do the exact same thing today. Both in the running game and the passing game, he is their big playmaker. The offense for the Colts looked much better and much different last week with Marlon Mack. He's back from a hamstring injury and looked every bit the #1 running back he is supposed to be. The Bills, keep to your formula. You've got to get to Andrew Luck, who has done a phenomenal job in the last game in avoiding sacks. And for the Indianapolis Colts, it's about balance. They are averaging 48 passing attempts per game. You've got to be able to run the ball, and you cannot be one-dimensional against the Bills' defense.
2 desperate teams who can break through here in Week 7. The Indianapolis Colts, the Buffalo Bills. The kickoff is next. You're watching the NFL on CBS.